Hello everybody and welcome back to the 2001 Grade 7 Gauss paper. We're on to question number 23, which reads as follows. Katrina runs 100 meters in 10 seconds. Cedra runs 400 meters in 44 seconds. Maintaining these constant speeds, they participate in a 1 kilometer race. How far ahead to the nearest meter is the winner as she crosses the finish line? Okay, so we sort of have two problems going on here. The first is which of these two people is going to win. So who's going to cross the finish line first? And that's a question we need to figure out. Their speeds we can't easily compare, so we can't immediately say, oh, who's fastest, who's slowest. So that's something we're going to need to figure out. The fastest person's going to cross the finish line first. But once we know who crosses the finish line first, we need to figure out at what point the other person is at in terms of how far ahead is the winner versus the person who's going to lose. So we have two problems we have to figure out. Who's running the fastest, aka who's going to win the race, and then we need to figure out how far ahead they are when they win the race. So two problems to work out there. The first of which, who's going to win the race? So the fastest person is going to win the race. Well, what are their speeds? Okay. Katrina runs 100 meters in 10 seconds. So let's get a brand new piece of paper. So Katrina has a speed of 100 meters for 100 seconds. And that works out to 10 meters per second. That's her speed. Okay? And I think the other person's name was Cedra. Yeah, okay. So Cedra, she runs at 400 meters in 44 seconds. Okay? Alright, so that's basically going to be 100 divided by 11, so I'm pretty sure Katrina's going to be faster, but let's double check. 400 divided by 44, it's going to be 100 over 11 meters per second, and that's approximately 9.0909 meters per second. Okay. So certainly less than 10 meters per second. So Katrina is faster. Therefore, she's going to win the race. Now, if we want to figure out where Cedra is, where obviously we know when Katrina wins the race, she's gone a distance of 100 kilometers. The question is, how far has Cedra gone in that same amount of time? Because then we can figure out the difference in their positions. Okay? She goes a distance of 1 kilometer, which is 1,000 meters, at a speed of 10 meters per second. So that's 1,000 meters, 10 meters per second. That's going to be 100 seconds. Okay? So she takes 100 seconds to win the race. So whereas Cedra, well, she travels at a speed of let's keep it in fraction form until the end. We don't want to start writing things out with decimals and rounding things too early. So she is 100 meters, 100 divided by 11 meters per second times 100 seconds. Well, the seconds cancel each other out, and we're going to be left with 10,000 over 11 meters. And that's about 909 meters, and then 090909 repeating. Okay, so that's how far she's run. So Katrina is ahead by, well, she's at the 1,000 meter mark. She's at the end of the race, the 1 kilometer race. And how far ahead is she? Well, we take the difference in their positions, and we work that out. So we get a common denominator here. So it looks like it'll be 1,000 over 11 meters is the difference between the two girls. And now, since we're asked to the nearest meter, let's get a decimal expansion out for that. So the difference between the two girls is 90.9090, just keep going, meters, which we round to the nearest meter. So we get our final answer of 91 meters. It's about 91 meters separating the two girls when Katrina wins. So there it is at the very end, 91 meters. You have to be careful that we don't accidentally say do 90 meters. We have to make sure that we have rounded properly. So E, 91 meters, that's going to be our answer. Notice that if perhaps you had rounded early and said that this is maybe 9 or 9.1 meters per second, you would have come out with very different answers as to the position of Cedra. And so when you compared her position to Katrina's to figure out how far the person was ahead, you would have likely come out to any of these possible other answers. You know, maybe 100 or 110 or something like that. But if we keep everything in fraction form, in exact mathematical form until the end, we are more assured of our rounding and getting the correct answer. So just something to keep in mind whenever you're asked to round for your final answer, which happens every now and then. So we have 2 more questions to go. Join me in the very next video for question number 24, and I'll see you guys then.